Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
A picture-perfect weekend, but Paul is tracking the possibility of some rain for your Sunday.
Some Metro Detroiters call for an end to the violence as tensions escalate in the Middle East. Journalists told to evacuate an hour before an Israeli airstrike destroyed their building.
But we begin with Michiganders adjusting to the new mask rules for the first time in nearly a year. Some people are no longer required to mask up in public. In fact, the changes took effect this morning, marking a major shift in the pandemic.
Michiganders who are fully vaccinated are no longer required to wear a mask indoors. People who are not vaccinated or haven't completed their doses must still wear a mask. If you're outside, masks are no longer required regardless of your vaccination status. But businesses may still require them, and many are, including Meijer, Target, CVS, and Walgreens. The policies are different at stores and restaurants across Metro Detroit, so you should check before you walk in the door.
Larry Spruill live at Comerica Park for us tonight, where you no longer need to wear a mask at your seat. And Larry, we know some people were okay ditching the mask today and others weren't ready.
And Steve and Sandra, we saw a lot of people downtown Detroit tonight without their mask on, and they were very happy not to do so. But we also saw some people that still had their mask on. They say they were not comfortable just yet with taking them off. But I got to be honest, it seemed like downtown Detroit was back to normal. The people were out here, businesses and restaurants were back open, and at the end of the day, they will have the final say-so. Downtown Detroit looked like it did pre-pandemic on a Saturday night. People are back. The mask mandate here in Michigan is now lifted. You do not have to wear a mask outside or inside if you are fully vaccinated. And it seems like people could not wait to hear that news.
I feel comfortable that I've been vaccinated for over 2 months, but I also feel like it's up to every person and how they feel.
But Torian Thomas says he's not ready to get rid of his mask just yet.
Well, I think I'm completely vaccinated, but I think just to make other people feel safe, and I want to be comfortable, so I keep wearing my mask. I don't mind it.
But there's a kicker to the new mask rules. The state is leaving it totally up to restaurants or businesses to enforce wearing a mask or not.
You know, our staff, we're gonna require our staff to keep the masks on.
Bashan Kachuba, the general manager of Moots Pizzeria in downtown Detroit, says they're allowing the customers to decide.
But as a customer, you come in, if you don't have one, that's your decision. If you have one, that's also your decision.
Things are a little different in Ivy's Kitchen and Cocktails off East Jefferson in Detroit.
So our policy is still to mask up.
Nia Marshall, the owner, says it's all about safety.
You will still be required to wear the mask when you enter and exit. Actually, when you move around in Ivy, you will still be required to wear the mask.
And so I talked to about 11 other restaurants off camera tonight, and they'd say the same thing, that their answers were really split down the middle. Half of them say they were still going to require customers to wear a mask. The other ones say they will not do that, but their employees and their staff members will still be required to wear a mask. So very different answers, but people are still definitely talking about the new mask or lack of mask mandate orders. We are live at Comerica Park tonight. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
Yeah, it really depends on where you go. Thank you, Larry. And you know, there are a lot of moving parts with this, and you can find complete coverage of all the new rules and much more on the policies at big businesses. You can find it all right now on the homepage of clickondetroit.com.
Let's take a look at the numbers as new infections do continue to drop. Today, the state reports 1,289 new cases, 107 more deaths, 91 of those identified in a review of records. At the last update, 55.7% of Michiganders 16 and older have received at least one dose of the COVID vaccine.
Many Metro Detroit doctors and nurses brought their own children to get vaccinated today. This comes after the CDC authorized the Pfizer vaccine for children ages 12 to 15 earlier this week. Several kids received their vaccine at Ascension Hospital in Southfield. Some say they were nervous, but they felt it was really important to get the vaccine.
I was kind of nervous because I'm kind of scared of needles, but I couldn't feel anything. It was really easy. I think it's really important because it could keep people safe, and I think it's just really important for everybody to get it.
For information on where to make your family's vaccine appointment, visit clickondetroit.com. Well, hopefully you enjoyed your Saturday. Just a perfect spring day today. In fact, Belle Isle was packed with people out enjoying the sunshine. Take a look at all of those cars there trying to get on the island.
Boy, I can't blame him. It was beautiful. Paul is in for Andrew tonight. Paul, if you could make a call, we'll take more of the same tomorrow. Thank you.
I think we're going to be okay. It's not going to be perfect, and we'll break that down for you coming up in just a little bit. But right now, we'll start with 4-zone weather, and you can see with the cloud cover around, temps haven't fallen much. Look at the 65 still in the city of Detroit, 14 Celsius in Windsor, 61 Livonia, 62 in West Bloomfield. That's our metro zone. Down in our south zone, we have 62 at Dundee, 59 at Carlton, 62 over at Deerfield. In our west zone, we have 59 in Milford Township, 59 also in Gregory. I won't call you Greg, we'll call you Gregory. 58 in Flint, 59 again in Milford, then 61 in Emmett in our north zone, 59 at Melvin, 58 in Sandusky, and look at that, 56 right now up in Deckerville. Not a lot of rain on the way. You can see we have this little splotchy pattern of showers headed our way, but it's not going to really affect the Tiger game tomorrow, so we may start the day with a few just diminishing showers, and then they're going to go away. It'll be dry midday, and I think most of the afternoon is dry. Just a very small shower chance in the afternoon. I think most of us don't get one with a high of 72 degrees. Wait till you see the temps coming our way in the 7-day forecast. You're not going to believe it. I'll have it for you in just a few.
The violence in the Middle East escalating this weekend.
An Israeli airstrike destroyed a high-rise building in Gaza City that housed the offices of the Associated Press, Al Jazeera, and other media outlets. Journalists were given a 1-hour warning to get out. Israel claims Hamas was keeping military assets inside that building and accused the militant group of using journalists as human shields. The president of the Associated Press said today he is horrified by that attack.
We narrowly escaped a huge loss of life. We had 12 journalists in that building. And those brave journalists not only got out, but they were able to salvage much of our equipment because it's important that we continue to tell this story.
It was one of several airstrikes today between Israel and Hamas. Another killed a family of 10 in a refugee camp on the Gaza Strip, most of them children. Today, President Biden spoke with both Israeli and Palestinian leaders. He expressed support for Israel to defend itself, but raised concerns about civilian casualties and the protection of journalists.
In Dearborn today, protesters rallied in support of Palestine. Dozens gathered in front of the National Arab American Museum, holding signs and flags, calling what's happening in the Middle East an injustice. At least 129 Palestinians have been killed and 9 Israelis since this latest chapter in the fighting began.
3 people shot in downtown Detroit early this morning, not too far from the RenCen. Police tell us there were 2 groups that got into a fight, and then shots were fired on East Larned and Randolph. This happened just after midnight. 2 18-year-olds and a 25-year-old man were wounded. They're all in stable condition. Police still investigating and asking anyone with information to come forward.
Saturday Night Live has a brand new episode tonight with a host born and raised right here in Metro Detroit.
Yeah, nice local connection. A look at what you can expect just ahead. And some encouraging news today on the pipeline problem that caused major gas shortages in parts of the country.
But first, it was a close call. The major airport where a flight headed for Detroit nearly collided with another jet.